Hello nerds, today is Tuesday, February the 12th, 2019, and that means it is time for the 43rd game in the Meditation Games. Today's game was made by Jorden Magnuson again. He made game 14 on January the 14th, if you want to see the other game he made. Very short blurb, which I'll read out quickly for you. On February the 12th, my son laughed for the first time. That's very similar to what his game on the 14th was about. If this is just another screen that changes colour, I'm not going to be impressed. It is, isn't it? Oh no, that's a thing. I don't know what that is. Let's wait for that to load. The hell's going on there? What? So this is the next day from the gameplay recording. Basically, I recorded that gameplay quite late in the evening, and I started having technical problems, such as the screen not actually recording, it was just a big white screen. So I figured that probably wasn't much good, and I was trying to fix it. But I'm kind of glad it happened, because it gave me some time to sort of walk away from the game, have a think, have a chat, and it gave me the time to put my thoughts together, so I've actually got quite a lot to say about the game now, whereas I didn't really before. So first of all, this game was actually quite disappointing. So as I said before, the guy who made this game is the same guy who made the game on January the 14th as well. And it's a game that I found quite interesting, because my initial reaction to the game was not a good one. I thought it was just an absolute waste of time, but I thought about it, I considered it, and it kind of came together, and it was actually quite genius in many ways. The thing I really liked most about the January the 14th game was how little you needed to tell the story that it was trying to tell. If you took that game on its own as is and presented that to someone with no context, the game would be utter garbage. It's just a screen that changes colour when you click it. However, the context completely changed the experience of the game, and I liked that, and I respect that, and I thought it was really clever, really unique. This game, with no context, just presented to someone, is a screen that you change colour by clicking on it several times, which, just like the other game, is kind of nonsensical. Why? However, even if you add what the blurb said about this game as context to the game, that it seems to be about laughter the first time a child laughed, it still doesn't deliver that message. The blurb doesn't really illuminate the game any further. And then I even have the additional context of knowing what this mechanic is meant, or at least was originally. I don't know if it still is. Maybe this is something I'm missing here, but having read and experienced the game on the 14th of January and brought it to this one, even with that additional context and that additional understanding, the game still doesn't really deliver anything. And I think it's actually kind of worse understanding that. What I'm about to say doesn't really apply, because Jorden Magnuson had made these games long before he saw anyone's reaction to what the first game was like. But this did remind me of something, and it kind of made me laugh. How I really liked the one from the 14th of January, and a lot of other people I know really liked the game from the 14th of January, even though it was just a screen that changes colour. The context and the meaning behind it, it was kind of quirky and interesting. And it feels like someone just went, oh, okay, well that really worked, so what can we do? Well, how can we make this better? Just add more colours, and that's what they did. Obviously, that is not what happened, because, like I said, this game was made last year, before he had any reaction. I don't know how much feedback he had, but yeah, obviously that didn't happen. But that's kind of how it felt, and it's kind of funny, because you do see these games quite often that succeed in doing something, and people are like, I really liked that about the game. It's like, okay, well, for the sequel, here's more. And they just fall flat, and people are just like, it's not working for me. I was like, what? How can it not work for you? It's like the last one, but more of it. This should be exactly what you want. This should be it. This is just more. How is it not better? And yet, here we go. It is not better. I don't understand how the game is meant to be referring to laughter, and I think having seen that this is basically the exact same game he did on the 14th, but a bit more. It, to me, immediately screamed of just no effort. Which I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with thinking that. But that is how it struck me, that's how I felt. But yeah, I have to admit, whatever emotional feeling this game's trying to deliver this time, it hasn't landed for me, at least anyway. I guess the game's about laughter, and I guess I did laugh when I played it, but I laughed more when I played the first game, so... And I can't help but feeling there's something that he was going for that I've totally missed, and I'm willing to accept that. But what I can say is it didn't make an impact on me. In fact, it was actually a very disappointing experience for me. The only thing that I'm thinking that would really kind of catch me off guard and really blow my mind, I assume he's made a third meditation? I don't know where I'm getting this idea from. Not many people who've made meditations have made more than one. I know a few have. Jorden evidently is one of them. If he's made a third meditation in this series, and it somehow delivers something on top of this game and just makes the second game click into place and make sense or whatever, then okay. And look, I really hate being negative about something that someone's created, but this is what I think of it, this is how I feel about it, and I can't really lie or make something up to try and make it seem like something that I can't see it being. But with all that said, thank you to Jorden Magnuson for making today's game. I'll leave a link to his Twitter below. I'm very curious to see if there is more of an explanation that comes with this, and what I hope happens is there is a third game that makes everything kind of click together. That would be fantastic. I would really appreciate that and really much enjoy that. So thank you to Jorden for making today's game, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.